Sunday, October 30th, 2022, the 31st Sunday in Ordinary Time. Zacchaeus, a publican considered evil by all, is in search of Jesus. By a strange twist of fate, the name he carries means pure, righteous. He is short in stature, referring to how he appears in the eyes of all. Zacchaeus is well aware of his condition. Zacchaeus has everything in life, and yet is deeply dissatisfied. He participates in many banquets and is still looking for food that satisfies. His need is so great that he is willing to risk the ridicule of the public. Zacchaeus has heard of Jesus. He knows the harsh judgments he delivered on wealth, but he also knows that he is the friend of the publican and the sinner. He wants to see Jesus, perhaps because he thinks that he is the only one who may understand his anxieties and inner drama. So he goes up the sycamore tree to see him. Zacchaeus is the name for a guilty conscience that cringes at every derisive look of friends and neighbors. Someone who has lost his self-respect. He has begun to look at himself with the same ruthless and murderous look of others. He has begun to hate himself. He has committed mistakes, and his mistakes are made public. He has lost face. He is trying to get out of his mistakes, but the loss of self-esteem just does not give him enough energy to get out of his problems. He does not even think of touching the clothes of Jesus like the woman with the hemorrhage. He only wants to see him, hoping that from one glance he will get all the strength he needs to amend his life. This man's faith is even stronger than that of the woman. In this desperate search, the crowd accompanying Jesus intervenes. As it happens with the blind man of Jericho, the crowd stands in between Jesus and him and becomes an impediment. The crowd does not understand that it is the small, the impure, the outcast for whom Jesus is looking. There is a defect in the sight of the crowd. In Zacchaeus, even those who follow Jesus can see only the publican, the sinner, the loan shark, no one else. Their discriminatory attitude is like that of the Pharisees. The sight of these pure people is so bad that it sees evil everywhere, even where there isn't any, even in Jesus himself. Zacchaeus, come down quickly, for today I must stay at your house. No one in the crowd pronounces the name Zacchaeus, because Zacchaeus is unclean. Only Jesus calls Zacchaeus pure. For him, he is pure. He is a son of Abraham. From above, Zacchaeus sought to see Jesus. But now Jesus, from below, sees him first. In front of the sinner, Jesus always raises his eyes because his position is that of the servant who humbles himself for the salvation of all. What have those who look down on Zacchaeus got? Nothing. With no appeal, their sentences have done nothing but make him wicked. The stern and grim look of the censors, the judges, and the prosecutors only block the unique look that saves, that tender look of Christ. The story ends with a dinner. We observe who is inside the banquet and who is outside, who celebrates and who is sad. The righteous should be inside. Instead, they are all out, murmuring fuming with rage because they don't agree with the type of guest Jesus wanted to fill the hall. Zacchaeus was admitted to the banquet of the kingdom not because he was good. He became good later when he involved himself in the party. He was converted when he found out that God loved him even though he was impure, poor, small. Indeed, precisely because he was small. The discovery of this disinterested love was the light that dispelled the darkness and enveloped the life of Zacchaeus, and made him realize that only love and only self-gift are the sources of joy.